Today's satsang promises to be very interesting as we have a speaker whose mode of expression is dance. Pavithra Srinivasan will share her thoughts about first guru, first parents. Pavithra Srinivasan is an accomplished Bharatanatyam dancer based in Chennai and the founder of Arsha Kalabharati. She has learned from many teachers, including Padma Bhushan, Srimati, and Sri Dhananjayans. She has performed in solo tours and dance drama productions in several countries across the world. Her solo productions like Panchatantra, Sundarakandam, Purushartha, Shiva Parivar, Ananda, and Om Namah Shivaya have won critical acclaim. She has published a 15-episode series on YouTube called The Essence of Bhagavad Gita for the Children and the Young. She has now embarked on her life project, which is to teach dance practitioners to express Bhagavad Gita in Natya. If you have any questions, we'll be opening the chat box at the end of the session. Please put them down there. Over to you, Pavitra ji.
A very warm evening, a good evening, a warm welcome to each one of the viewers. Firstly, my sincere gratitude to Tantrosav, Srimati Deepa, for inviting me to present this beautiful topic, first parents and first guru. Raghuvamsha is a Mahakavya, a great poem written by Mahakavi Kalidasa, who is a great Sanskritam poet, a playwright, a dramatist of the 4th, 5th century CE, known for his notable works like Kumara Sambhava, Shakuntalam, Meghadutam. His plays are primarily based on the Vedas, the Puranas, and Itihasas. Raghuvamsha describes the lineage of Raghu dynasty, the Surya Vansh, the ancestor of Sri Rama, the story of Ramayana, the descendants of Sri Rama. The first verse is Vagartha viva sampriktau Vagartha pratipattaye Jagatav pitaro vande Parvati Parameshwara. Vagartha viva, the word and its meaning. Sampriktau are inseparable. Vagartha pratipattaye, I pray for a proper understanding of the word and its artha. To whom? Jagatav pitaro vande Parvati Parameshwara. To the parents of the universe, Parvati and Parameshwara. So here, Mahakavi Kalidasa, objective of praying to Shiva and Parvati is to acquire proficiency in literary skills and knowledge. He invokes Shiva and Parvati as the mother and father of the universe, the parents of the world, who are inseparable like the word and its meaning, so that he is blessed with the gift of speech, words, and clear understanding. So we see here how words and meanings go together, and Shiva and Parvati, the mother and father of the universe, are also together, always united, always combined in themselves as speech and its meaning. This is a very beautiful analogy that is given by Mahakavi Kalidasa. How a word and meaning can never be separated, like that is the union of Jagatav Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwara. In the Annapurna Stotram, written by the great seer Sri Adi Shankaracharya, who expounded the Advaita Vedanta, the venerated sage writes, Mata cha Parvati Devi Pita Devo Maheshwara Bandava Shiva Bhaktascha Swadesho Bhuvanatrayam. What is the meaning here? Salutations to Mother Annapurna, who is Devi Parvati, Mata cha Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwara, And salutations to my father, Maheshwara, Bandhava Shiva Bhaktakscha. My friends are the devotees of Shiva, and my motherland, my country, is all the three worlds. Who is who is the master of the three worlds? Shiva and Parvati. Dear friends, we all know the very famous story of Ganesha, where he competes with his brother Kartikeya in the contest of winning the fruit of knowledge. The test was to see who among the brothers would go around the universe 3 times and comes back first. So Kartikeya, being the commander-in-chief, the warrior, flies quickly on his Vahana, the peacock. But Ganesha, the wise Ganesha, goes round his parents 3 times and then stretches his hand for the fruit. Parvati says, "That was very quick, oh my son, but did you really go round the universe?" For which Ganesha very wisely replies, "O Mother Parvati, you and Bhagavan Shiva are the whole universe. The whole world is in you, and you are my world." So, Ganesha, by going round them, actually goes round the universe. And he wins the delicious fruit of knowledge. The parent-child relationship is a very special one, isn't it? As it begins with one's birth and ends only with one's death. Whether one lives longer than the parents, or whether the parents are available to relate or not, the parents form a very integral role in the life of the child or children. The human child actually remains dependent on the parents for some fulfillment or the other much longer than the offspring of any animal. It is generally in a mother's lap that the child begins to learn about the world. She nourishes the child physically and emotionally. She's generally the primary caretaker. It seems that once Ganesha asked Mother Parvati whether he can go out in the garden and play. So Mother Parvati says, "Okay, but don't take too long, my son," just like all mothers tell their children when they want to go out. They want the children to come back soon. So Ganesha goes to the garden. He runs in the garden, chases the butterflies, chases the deer, enjoys the flower, the trees, the breeze, has a lot of fun, and then perhaps gets tired and sits under a tree. Just then, a cat, it softly mews and climbs on the lap of Ganesha to go to sleep. Now, knowing that it is not a good habit to sleep lazily in the morning, during the day, sleep lazily during the day, Ganesha does not allow the cat to sleep. So he makes it stand on its hind legs. But the cat is not interested to stand up and tries to go back to sleep. Ganesha is not pleased. So he lifts the cat and scratches its cheek. The cat gets scared and runs away from his hold. Then Ganesha goes back home and asks Mother Parvati, "Mother, I'm back and I'm so hungry." Mother Parvati says, "Just a little more time, my son. Your food is ready. Let me first dress my wounds." So Ganesha looks at her closely and is troubled to see scratch marks on her lovely face. What happened, mother? He asks her. Tell me who hurt you. I will punish him. Parvati says, the person who scratched me is none other than you, my son. What? Me? How can I hurt you, mother? Parvati asks him whether he hurt anybody in the garden, whether he scratched anyone's face. Then Ganesha recounts to his mother that he did scratch the cat's face because he was not happy that it was trying to sleep during the daytime in a lazy way. So Parvati smiles at him and says, Ganesha, don't you know I am the mother of the universe? I live in all creatures, and hurting anything or anyone in the creation is like hurting me. Ganesha realized that the mother loves all her children and bows down to his mother and says, from now on, I will not hurt anybody by thought or action. Such is the love of the mother of the universe for her children. I now present to you, dear viewers, a bhajan composed by my spiritual guru, Pujya Sri Swami Dayananda Saraswati Ji, in Ragam Bhageshwari, set to Tishra Ekatalam, Rupa Katalam, where the compassion of Mother Meenakshi is glorified. So the song says, O Mother Meenakshi, Madhura Madhura Meenakshi, Madhura Puri Nilaye, one who resides in the town of Madhura, O Jagadamba, and who is the mother of the universe. Madhura Madhura Vakvilasini. O mother, you have very sweet speech. And you are a part of Ishvara, of Parameshwara, of Sundareshwara. You always partner with him. You're always with him, united with him. Please reside in my heart all the time and take away my sorrows. Uplift me from this life of constant becoming, this constant cycle of birth and rebirth. And Mother, you are the secret assistant to help seekers know the highest knowledge, which is the knowledge of self. Paramaguhya Paramaguhya, you are Parabrahma Sahai. You help in knowing the knowledge, the self-knowledge. Let us see the bhajan and the dance. In both their physical attributes and the divine acts, Shiva and Parvati, who represent knowledge and power, the masculine and the feminine principle, there is no disparity in worshipping them. Lord Shiva, Bhagavan Shiva, is auspiciousness. He's the Lord of the stage called the world, the Lord of all, the Father and protector of all. The very form of Shiva as Nataraja is a brilliant symbol. It's a brilliant symbolic manifestation of Parameshwara. The form depicts the joyous dance of life, of creation, of sustenance, and destruction, all three represented in a single image. Nata means dance. Raja means the king, meaning the king of dance, the cosmic dancer. Even today, traditional dancers across India and the world do not begin their performances without salutations to Nataraja. The iconography of Nataraja shows that the cosmic dancer is set in a halo of flames. The divine Lord dances within the circular ring called as Prabha Mandala, indicating the cycle of birth and rebirth, and its continuity. Some texts have also interpreted this fire as denoting the many colors of human life: fear, joy, sorrow, hope, all dissolving into the essence of existence. Nataraja's face radiates knowledge, serenity, and his four arms indicate the four cardinal directions. The hourglass-like instruments he holds is the damaru, representing the space, the sound, the shabda of creation. Empty space enclosed in the damaru enables it to generate sound. So that symbolizes akasha, space. The tresses of Nataraja are horizontal. They are flying out, revealing the motion. And he addresses this by tying them with a bandhana against the wind. So that represents the Vayu. The fire Nataraja holds in his left hand represents the fire of resolution, the Agni. Water that flows from his head signifies the life-giving water, Ganga, Apaha. His majestic form represents the earth, Prithvi. Prithvi, Apaha, Agni, Vayu, and Akasha. The divine dance is a balance between opposing concept of life, the joy of creation, counterpoised by the resolution of the self. Now, the lotus upon which Nataraja dances is the human heart. Now, the demon Apasmara, the dwarfish demon, is Mayalaka, on whom Nataraja dances. So, Apasmara represents the ignorance of the self. His lower right hand, which is the hand of benediction, is a gesture, is the Abhaya Mudra, which says to the individual, do not fear. I shall protect. I shall take care. He does not say, take care, like how everyone says these days. Okay, take care. No, Nataraja says, I will take care. And he blesses those who follow the path of righteousness with love and devotion. Nataraja's front left hand, which points to the raised left foot, signifies freedom of the individual. Freedom from what? From again the cycle of birth and rebirth and all the problems in between. So, with every rhythm in his dance, he steps on the dwarfish demon who personifies the trap of the worldly existence. He personifies the obstacles in any pursuit, because any pursuit will have obstacles. There is no pursuit, obstacle-free pursuit. The obstacles in any pursuit, both internal and external, and his dance denotes Ishvara's victory on it, victory over the obstacles. So when there is Ishvara's grace, anything can be overcome. I present to you yet another beautiful dance of the Lord, Natana Madinar, that is written by Gopalakrishna Bharatiya, which sings the glory of Shiva's dance in Chidambaram. He dances with joy in a very beautiful, majestic, stylish manner in the golden stage of Chidambaram. So in Kailash, some sages had requested him and he had promised that he will come to Chidambaram in the Tamil month of Thay Masathil, in the Guru Pusham Nakshatra, Guru Pusha star, during daytime, Pagal Nerathil. So when he dances, the 8 directions tremble. The Shesha, Adishesha, the head of the Adishesha also trembles. The earth shakes, and from his head, Ganga splashes. And all the other deities are celebrating. We are enjoying his dance. And the poet, Gopalakrishna Bharati, he sings with love and devotion. Natana Madinar, this is an album that is sung by Srimati Sudha Raghunathan.
தத்திங்கெண்ணத்தும் தாம் தரஜம் தத்திங்கெண்ணத்தும் தரித்ததஜம் கிடதகதரிகிடத்தும்
படகையிலையில் முன்னாள் மாமுனி கருள் செய்தபடி தவறாமல் தில்லை பதில் வந்து கை மாதத்தில் குரு போஷத்தில் பகல் நேரத்தில் படகையிலையில் முன்னாள் மாமுனி கருள் செய்தபடி தவறாமல் தில்லை பதில் வந்து கை மாதத்தில் குரு போஷத்தில் பகல் நேரத்தில் தாம் தகிட தகஜம் தகணம் தரிதோம் தரிதை நிமித தகதோம் ததனம் தரினம் தரி ததினு தினு ததித்லாம் தித்லாம் தி தாரத ஜனு ஜனு தரீம் தீம் குகுதையதைய ததிமித கிட தகதா தஜனு ததிமித கிட கிடதா திக்கிட கிடதை தத்தோம் என்று நடனம் ஆடினார். வெகு நாகரீகமாகவே கனக சபை திசையும் கிடு கிடுங்க சேடல் கலை நடுங்க அண்ட மதிர கங்கை துளி சிதற பொல்லாடரும் கொண்டாட அட்ட திசையும் கிடு கிடுங்க சேடல் தலை நடுங்க அண்ட மதிர கங்கை துளி சிதற பொல்லாடரும் கொண்டாட இட்டமுடனே கோபால கிருஷ்ணன் பாட சடையாட அரவ படமாட தோளில் தொடியாட கொந்தோம் என்று பதவிகள் தந்தோம் என்று இட்டமுடனே கோபால கிருஷ்ணன் பாட சடையாட அரவ படமாட தோளில் தொடியாட கொந்தோம் என்று பதவிகள் தந்தோம் என்று தாம் தகிட தகஜம் தகணம் தரிதோம் தரிதை நிமித தகதோம் ததனம் தரினம் தரி ததினு தினு ததித்லாம் தித்லாம் தி தாரத ஜனு ஜனு தரீதி குகுதையதைய ததிமித கிட தகதா தஜனு ததிமித கிட கிடதா திக்கிட கிடதை தத்தோம் என்று நடனம் ஆடினார். வெகு நாகரீகமாகவே கனக சபை ஆடினார். வெகு நாகரீகமாகவே கனக சபை
The Upanishads are Vedantic texts that unfold the source and nature of existence. Upa means nearest. Me is the ascertained knowledge, which is the self, the Atma. And Shad is that which removes everything that is undesirable. So among the Upanishads, which thus means self-knowledge that removes sorrow, Taittiriya Upanishad is a very prominent one, and a verse from that scripture says, From the supreme Atma, which is the self, was born space. From space emerged air. From air was born fire. From fire was created water. And from water sprang the earth. So these 5 elements that you saw in the Natya, they command supreme reverence according to the Hindu scriptures. 5 sacred places in different parts of South India are dedicated to each of the elements, where each element is attributed to the manifestation of Shiva, of Nataraja, the Linga. These 5 elements are called the Panchabhutas, the holy places. Representing them are called the Panchabhuta Kshetras. So as I tell about the Kshetra, I request Pushkar to share the pictures. Akasha. Akasha is worshipped at the temple of Nataraja at Chidambaram, Tamil Nadu. The secret of this place is, until the altar is understood as space, the formless altar remains an elusive comprehension. So when you go to the temple, unless you know the secret, people will be, looking at the altar and think, oh, where is Nataraja? Where is Shiva? Where is Nataraja? Where is Shiva? Then you understand that the formless altar is understood as space that represents Akasha. Vayu. Vayu is invoked in the temple of Kalahasti near Chittoor district, Andhra Pradesh. Now, the main shrine has a flame that dances continuously without interruption because of the presence of air. This place is also known as Kailasha of the south. Agni is worshipped as Arunachaleshwara temple in Tiruvannamalai, Tamil Nadu. On the Tiruvannamalai hill near the temple, a spectacular event of lighting a lamp visible up to 10 kilometers takes place on a particular day every year. So this is like it is lit in a 5 feet cauldron with enormous wick and gallons of oil. This is believed to be an ancient ritual practice over the eons. Apaha, water is worshipped in Tiruvanikaval temple near Tiruchi, Tamil Nadu. The linga has an underground water stream where water flows perennially in spite of pumping it out from time to time. Prithvi, earth, is worshipped in the Ekambareshwara temple, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. The linga here is Swayambhu, self-manifested in the form of earth and soil. So each of these temples is magnificent in its symbolic significance, and there are grand festivals centered around the celebration of the principal elements they represent. The cosmic body of Nataraja is the grand total of these 5 elements. So as you see, dear friends, this creation is a manifestation of Ananda. When there is Ananda, there is creation, which is the Jagat. That is the world. Therefore, the world is thus not separate from the dancer, from the cosmic dancer, from Shiva. When his Natya stops, everything else ceases to be. As the creator is the father of the universe, the father generally is the protector. He removes the fear. He initiates the child into education, into Vedic study, leading to the knowledge of the self eventually. Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava. May you be the one for whom mother and father are looked upon as deities. Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. Guru. Now, the form of Shiva as Dakshinamurti represents the Guru. It reveals the teaching of the ultimate knowledge. So we saw how the Jagat is represented in the form of 5 elements: Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, and Prithvi. Now, in the Vedic model, these 5 elements constitute Ishvara's form, which is the universe. Now, the sun and the moon represent the next 2 aspects. As an individual, when I look at the world, what stands out in the sky is the sun and the moon, isn't it? So, as an individual, the 8th aspect is the jiva. The individual is the jiva who's looking at the world. And these 8 aspects are understood to be as one whole, which is the Lord. So we've already seen the 5 elements in Ishvara. In the picture of Dakshinamurti, which you will see now shortly, the rishis Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Sujata, they are the jivas who are the recipients of the knowledge received from Sri Dakshinamurti. See, on the left-hand side, you will see the moon, and on the right, there is a sun. So the 5 elements, plus the sun and the moon, plus the jiva, constitute the Ashtamurti Brit, Ishvara of 8 aspects that represents the whole, which is Purna, which is complete. A sitting posture of Dakshinamurti is Virasana, and he is the teacher of all teachers. Now, what does he teach? Okay, so I will show you what the mudras represent. Now, the index finger is the accusatory finger. You said this, you did this, he did it, she did it. This is the accusatory finger. The other 3 fingers represent the body, mind, prana, and there are various other representations of these 3 fingers also, which you take yourself to be. And the thumb represents Ishvara. It is away. At the same time, the 3 fingers have no strength without it. The 4 fingers have no strength without it. When the index finger joins the thumb, leaving the other 3 fingers, it forms a circle, meaning the jiva, the individual, who takes himself to be the body, mind, and sense complex, is in fact complete when in touch with Ishvara. So this is the Upadesha. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. This is the last word about you. Such a profound teaching is shown in a mudra, and this is called the Chin Mudra. Now, the source of teaching is represented by the palm leaves, which Sri Dakshinamurti has in the left hand. To understand this teaching, one must have a certain intelligence, a certain compassion, a certain lifestyle, a certain life which is lived out of prayers, meditation, sadhana, dharma, duty. And that is represented by the Japamala in his right hand. Now, the teacher himself is Ishvara, the first teacher. Hence, there is no individual ahankara that I am the person who's teaching. Just because of me that the student is a good. So there is no ahankara here because the first teacher is Ishvara. The little demon Apasmara that you see under Sri Dakshinamurti's feet again indicates the obstacles, and it's controlled by Bhagavan. So the whole form of Dakshinamurti is an altar to invoke Ishvara, who is the source of all knowledge, is the cause of everything, who is complete, and who teaches you that you are actually complete. There is no other culture, in my understanding, that celebrates the teaching tradition like our Guru Parampara, where the first teacher, where the first Guru is Bhagavan himself. So with this, I'm so happy to have shared with you first parents, first.
There is one question that I have got, and the question is, can you speak about the differences between Western concept of parenting and the Indian concept of parenting, along with that of teaching?
Say that much because I'm a parent for all my students. My children are my students. So I can say, as an acharya, as a teacher, how I see the Western children and the Indian children. Both are beautiful. Both children are innocent. As an acharya who feels the motherly affection and the motherly care, I feel it's a responsibility that I teach them well and care about them and be firm whenever it is required. At the same time, encourage them whenever they do the right things. Children, they grow in a very secure way when the parent gives them a cushion for these mistakes that they sometimes make. So when the parents practice patience, then the children slowly they grow out of their mistakes. This is my understanding. Sometimes it may be difficult. So we have to just try various methods to see how it works for their attitude and for their upbringing.
Is a teacher, as we see them in school, different from a guru, as you spoke about? um like in my school, when I look at teachers, they always are these very strict people who come to class and like, don't talk, you there. But when you go to places like the Kalari, and when you're doing Kalari class, everyone is much more, they don't mind you talking to people, they don't mind you having your own little fun, as long as you don't do anything inappropriate. So is it different when you is what is the difference between a teacher and a guru?
Let me tell you the difference between a teacher and a guru. Gu means that which is dark. It has come, and Ru means dispelling the darkness. So darkness can be anything: confusion, fear, doubt. So Guru is one who dispels that. So one who removes this darkness, how? By lighting the lamp of knowledge. But this Guru has become very common and a popular parlance with innumerable shades of meaning. It has also gathered international recognition now. There is, science guru, love guru, max guru, all that. And generally, a guru is one who is looked upon as a spiritual teacher. Other teachers who teach the various disciplines of knowledge are generally addressed as acharya. Those who have scholars, those who give scholastic training in disciplines like medicine, arts, economics, science, politics, they are all referred to as acharya. So that the guru dispels darkness, that alone is not enough for a complete understanding of the guru. The verse Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So, in this famous Guru Stotram, Guru is looked upon not only as the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, but also the self-revealing Parabrahman, the Atma. So you invoke a love for the teaching, and by a dedication to the study and service, the Guru becomes Brahma, the creator. By encouraging the disciple and caring for the disciple, by sustaining his interest, the Guru becomes Vishnu. Then by guiding and defending the disciples against any obstacles and helping him in the perseverance of the study, he becomes Maheshwara. Now, the fourth description, that Guru is Brahman, reveals the profundity of his role. The Guru is one who imparts the knowledge of consciousness, limitlessness, like how Sri Dakshinamurti teaches his students. There is a verse which says, Akhanda Mandalakaram Yaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So I pray to that Guru who bestows the knowledge of the self. So this is all spiritual knowledge. So he guides to that ultimate knowledge where you go beyond, where you transcend your life. You transcend the body, mind, and sense complex. So generally, Guru is referred to as a spiritual Guru. Any other teacher who imparts a skill in that respective knowledge is an acharya.
I have always seen you smiling and without tension. So, how has dance and music transformed you, and how has it helped you understand the meaning and purpose of life?
Very much. The first thing that the acharya tells the student is to stand straight, hold the mudras, and smile. So smile over time becomes an inevitable part of the student. What does it mean? It doesn't mean an unnecessary smile or an inappropriate one. It actually teaches that whatever may be the circumstance of life, keep going, keep smiling, keep doing your work. And then the learning of Natya teaches you various ways of dealing with emotions, because the Natya is full of stories, and storytelling is the foundation of our culture. We all need stories to inspire ourselves. So through stories, various ways of dealing intelligently with the situation, the student comes to know. Now, how has dance, music helped me? It continues to help me. And there is so much more for me to also grow and to be better. So through dance and through my love for music and through my study of Vedanta, I see that there is no boundary for growth. Every day I want to be better than yesterday. And in my commitment, in my work, I think I have to just keep doing my duty keep doing what is required. And all this makes me grow.
Thank you, Pavitra ji. In the beginning, I said that the satsang would promise to be very interesting, and it definitely was. I enjoyed the dance, and the question and answer was very interesting, and is definitely going to make me think for a while. We have thank you for spending the evening with us. We have Jatayuji with us tomorrow, and he's going to be speaking on waves of Shiva bliss, meditations on Shivananda Lahari.
I also want to thank you, Pushkar. It was very nice to see you, and you've been introducing all the distinguished speakers so well, and wishing you best of luck.
Thank you, Pavitra ji.
See you.